and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I am Andy O'Reilly. That is Dave Cackley, and you have woke up to a Tuesday.
Yes.
It is the 24th of October. I got to tell you, man, these last couple of days I wake up, I get about 7:45, 20 to 8, somewhere in there, and I have got no interest at all of getting up and moving because I look out the window and it's dark and it's rainy, and I'm thinking to myself, who gives a
You know what? Those of us who wake up at the crack of 3:30 a.m. do not feel any sympathy for you whatsoever.
Well, you know what?
Just
I
saying.
did that for how many years?
Yeah.
Okay. Not only did I do that on my own, I managed to drag you along for most of it.
Yes.
So there was a little extra added weight there. And I've given you plenty of opportunities to get out of it as well. You, on the other hand, have to stroke your ego and be on television. Ooh.
I'm a slave to my passion.
Of course you are. Sure. So
I just am. I try to help you. I'm about helping people.
About the fact you still choose to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
I made the cut, and I said enough of that, and that's that. So.
I'm a servant of the people. I get people to work on time. Without me, how are they getting to work?
See,
they're not.
On the other hand, am a true servant of the people because what was I doing last night? Oh yeah. Well, you were probably.
I was in bed at
watching
7.
Golden Girls rerun, whereas I was in Rockford talking to Weebelows about how public service works and why I'm in politics
really?
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what I did. I went over to Rockford last night.
Now, did you get gussied up or did you wear how do you your public appearances? What?
I went looking good. Collar and everything. Managed to squeak in a little time over at the mom and dad's house for a little while.
Oh, you had to. You get yelled at.
Well, yeah.
You were in Rockford and you didn't stop in and say hi.
I know. Well, see, technically they're not in Rockford. They're in an area that is actually, as a candidate now. Part of the job as a candidate is you look at areas of growth and development,
right,
and areas like that. And they live in a new area of Michigan. It's called Sparford Springs. Because it's kind of right between Sparta, Rockford, and Cedar Springs.
Right, gotcha.
So
it's right in that whole
they're in the greater Sparford
area.
Springs area. And, I whipped in. They were having dinner, which...
So you had another meal?
No, I didn't eat anything. I didn't. That was...
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you sit?
It was weird because they were kind of like fajita tacos.
Okay.
That they were eating. It was ground beef and fajita stuff, and
How do your parents feel about your foray into politics? What's been their reaction? Surprise, disappointment.
My mom, she was kind of
lied.
When I told my mom, she was kind of like, well, and I think she was a little reserved on the idea because of what it is, but in the end of it, she goes, I think you're settled enough in who you are and what you do that you're not going to go there and get corrupted by.
Yeah. She was worried about what. Okay.
With being a politician, and my dad. I mean, get a reaction out of him. How's the campaign going? Oh, great! Give me another taco. It's just, I think they're excited. I mean. And again, I think there's a level of shock because I think they look back to the days, like we talked earlier, about conferences and things like that. Yeah. They're like,
right.
This guy's running for House of Representatives in Michigan, and we used to have to dig him out from underneath his bed to beat him after conferences? It's either a level of surprise in me or a level of surprise in how things have sunk.
You got held back in what grade?
7th grade.
7th grade.
Yeah.
You liked it so nice you did it twice. All right.
Well, I wasn't ready yet, man, and you look back and it sucked at the moment, but it was the right thing to do.
Andy was progressing at his own pace.
That's what I did.
All right, good for you. Look how it turned out.
And by the way, I progressed at my own pace, and I'll tell you what: when you move out of your mom's house, your life is going to explode. The way things are going to go for you, young Dave, I can't wait to see when you finally get
there
your
are
apartment
circumstances.
And move out. It's going to be great, man.
All right. I'm not even going to address that because there are circumstances. Anyway, Want me to get into the news now? Or are you gonna
I
just...
want to pick at some scabs some more. Come on,
ahead.
please.
Yeah,
you started this one today, man. I didn't even start.
I didn't start
one.
anything. I was being encouraging. I was asking how the family's doing, how they're reacting to you as a politician.
What grade
and
did
then
you flunk again?
What grade did you flunk? Okay, fair enough. I said held back. I didn't even use the word flunk.
Right.
I hear that's a trigger word. So
that's a trigger word. Nice.
People get offended, and I don't want letters.
Do something like mildly constructive, would you, with those or whatever you do?
All right, let's do it. The threat of nuclear war posed by North Korea has grown to an unprecedented level. This, according to Japanese officials. Japan's defense minister Itsunori Onodera says that U.S., Japan, and South Korea need to demonstrate different responses to the rogue nation. South Korea's defense minister Song Young-moo said North Korea's provocative behavior is becoming worse and worse. I'm still not that scared. Not there yet. Not to a level of. I mean, because you know what I've seen more and more of, though, as far as advertising. More of these, like, you can buy meals that'll feed your family for 25 years. All you got to do is add water just in case, Armageddon hits. Like, if it's coming, it's coming. I'm not going to sit around eating, crappy pseudo TV dinners for the next 2.5 decades. Sorry. Not going to do it.
Dude, you just got to.
I'm not going to prepare for doomsday.
Okay.
Not going to do it.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
He's not going to prepare for doomsday, but he's got a coffee can and a candle in his car.
Yeah, just to go, because that's something I can deal with. I could deal with being stranded on a road for a day.
Yeah.
Okay. You knock out everything, and we've got radiation. No.
Okay.
No nuclear war. I will be right there. Let me evaporate, and then I'll go meet Jesus. I'm good with that. Billionaire entrepreneur and Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban is considering a 2020 presidential run as a Republican. Cuban, a fierce critic of President Donald Trump, describes himself as an independent who's a social centrist and an economic conservative. Cuban actually portrayed the president in a cameo role in Sharknado 3. So there you go. We'll see. I mean, the guy's a billionaire. The guy understands social media just like Trump does.
Dude, Trump does not understand social media.
Are you kidding me?
He doesn't understand it
That's
at all.
how he became president.
No.
He doesn't become president without social media. He did. He trolled his way to the presidency. How can you say he doesn't understand it?
Understanding social media and trolling your way to becoming president.
No, that's exactly what happened. He understands social media. That's how he became president.
Okay.
Mark Cuban could do this. Now, this is what I think happens. I think it splits the Republican vote. It doesn't really split it, but it takes some Trump voters away. So it would basically, if you're trying to prevent Donald Trump from getting reelected, that's a good way to do it. In fact, if I were the Democrats, I would pay Cuban a ton of money to run against Trump as a Republican, because you split up the Republican vote or take a chunk out of it, and you walk away with the White House. That's not a terrible move if you're looking at it from a Democratic perspective, or if you were looking at it from the perspective of, I just don't want Trump in there for another 4 years. So, not a bad move.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
No,
Political analyst Dave Cackley.
Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad move. Throw some money his way if you're a Democrat.
Well taken.
Get him out. What else is going on? Michigan State's men's basketball team will be in Grand Rapids this weekend for a charity exhibition game. Second-ranked Spartans will take on the Georgia Bulldogs at 2 p.m. Sunday at Van Andel Arena. Tickets go on sale Wednesday, 3 p.m., starting at $17.50. Proceeds go to benefit the American Red Cross. They're trying to help out the relief efforts. That's always a cool Izzo thing to do. Officials in Muskegon County are hoping to restructure the youth criminal justice and risk prevention system. They're asking voters to approve a 1.5 mil tax when they head to the polls next month. County and court administrators say they can fund over $6 million in new programs and enhance existing services for youth for the next 10 years, if they get taxpayer support, the request will appear alongside road repair millages. We've talked about those in Muskegon and Whitehall on the election ballot. Now, you're a politician now. You understand, funding and stuff like this. Both of these aren't going to pass. One of them's going to pass or none of them's going to pass. You're not going to get voters to approve two separate tax increases. Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, because as somebody who's prioritized, do you prioritize roads or do you prioritize the youth
family and community
program?
Where goes stand on the youth, family, and community thing? All right, a kid gets in trouble here today, and there has to be corrective measures taken. Simply put. You hate to see it. You hate to see any kid get in that kind of trouble, but it happens, and it stems from their upbringing, where they come from.
Yeah.
All right, kid gets in trouble. They have to take corrective measures. Today, we send that kid to Pennsylvania, chances are, to go and get the rehabilitation they need. Here's the right way to do things. This is the way life ought to be. We get you corrected. We're going to get you back here to Muskegon and all that kind of stuff. First of all, we're spending $100,000 a kid to send them off to Pennsylvania. We're paying $100,000 a kid to some other city. We're bringing them right back to the same chaos that they left, and the behavior pattern is going to repeat.
Okay,
that's the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. For the average homeowner that's got a house that's worth $100,000, I think it's going to cost like $75 a year to get these programs built and up and running in Muskegon, where we can take care of our own problems, okay? We can fix these kids here. We can let them know that the community got behind them, didn't ship them off to some camp somewhere else, didn't say, hey, here's our problem, you fix it, and then we'll bring them back. We can fix them here. We can treat the families. We can give the families some guidance, so when the kids do get out of their little pickle that they're in, they might not have to go back to the same chaos that they came from, okay? We can actually effectively try and help these kids to make a better life. Now, the younger generation, the 8 to 13, 14 years old and all that kind of stuff, there's some safety nets there now. We've got the Boys and Girls Club, which is doing really, really well. There are, and I'll tell you this too, there's a changing mindset in young people in Muskegon that they're kind of done with the whole, oh, poor us attitude. You know what I mean? We lost the jobs, we lost this, we lost that. That generation is starting to get to the point where they're just kind of done with it. The old woe is Muskegon type thing. And there's this group of young people that are still in the middle of it all. It's time for us to take responsibility for these kids and fix them here and address the problems here. And to think that the opposition to this millage for this youth, family, and community thing has been so vocal, and they've been just downright dirty. I mean, they found one of them. I can't tell you who, but one of them found a picture from way back when of the sheriff at some party or something, flipping the bird, and they've used that to say, "Hey, voters, look at what the sheriff is telling you about your money and all this other kind of stuff," which is it just sucks. You know what? Our kids, our problems. It's Muskegon. We need to take care of it ourselves. So I'm all for this millage. I think it is. I can't say that either one or two will pass or whatever to answer your question. But if one of them's going to pass, I really hope it's this one for the kids. Yeah. Because it's on us to take care of our own backyard and quit shipping them off to other places to.
And I think you're right about. And that's the hard one. That's the thing to me is because if you look at this as just as average voter, I'll look at this as average voter. I tell you what I think average voter is going to look at this and go, we got, like you had mentioned Boys and Girls Clubs. Like, we got Boys and Girls Clubs for this. Yep. I want my roads fixed. If I'm going to pass one, I'm going to pass this one, and maybe we'll attack that at a later date. But they don't. I just don't think that. I wouldn't have tried to get both of these on the ballot at the same time. I would have picked one or the other.
It's terrible timing, but what do you do?
Right.
So, and in all honesty, if you have to wait another 6 months or a year for the roads, so be it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm telling you how I think this is going to go. I think if either one of these passes, it's going to be the millage, and I think this one is going to get pushed down the road. But everything you said was very well thought out, very made
Well,
a
I'll
lot
tell
of
you why
sense.
it's well thought out, because I didn't have to
It made
think
a lot of
about it.
sense.
You know what
Well,
I
it
mean?
made a lot of sense.
This to me, this is a no-brainer. These are our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what's
Absolutely.
important. This is the nuts and bolts of everything that's going to be for the next 20 years. I'll be honest with you here, and this is not me being a politician or politic or anything like that. I have never once voted against the school millage increase, never, because I believe in the public education system, and it's kind of on us to make sure that the kids get the education that they need. And for something like this, it's our problem. Okay, I'm running for the 91st district, but if you think that means that I don't care about what's going on in the city of Muskegon, Muskegon Heights, and North, and what's going on in 92, you're crazy, because we are one. There's two different districts here, Terry and Holly for now, and maybe me next year. I don't know, but the reality of it is this: we're one big community. We got to start treating it like that.
Yeah, well said, well spoken.
They are our problems. Let's grab it by the reins and take care of it. That's it.
All right. Sports. Monday Night Football is the Eagles over the Redskins, 34-24. Pistons fall to Philadelphia in NBA action, 97-86. And a World Series gets underway tonight. Houston, L.A.
Got to go with Houston.
I just don't. I'm not excited about this World Series.
I mean, you can't totally get overjoyed over the idea, but you got to cheer for Houston. A, because of your American League. B, I just hate the Dodgers. I hate their stadium. Ugh. I hate watching. I don't like the National League, period.
I like Magic Johnson. He's a part owner of the Dodgers. I got to go with the Dodgers.
Well, all right then. Should we put some money on this one?
Yeah, I'll put $20 on it.
Really?
I'll go 20. I'll take the Dodgers for $20. You can take Verlander and the rest of those guys. I'll take Kershaw and Yasiel Puig and
right,
I can't name any other Dodgers.
I'll go 20 on this one. All right, $20. You're gambling degenerate. Perfect. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See ya.